Okay, so just preparing for gluing the magnets in and gluing the pillars together. What I thought I would do is I would go and kind of just push them part way in. So you can see I kind of put them just partly together. I mean, they're easy to take apart. They're really not that bad to take apart, and they fit, but they fit nice and snug. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out where to put magnets, because I talked about a couple different things, and so this is going to be more of a free flow beginning, in that I don't want to put magnets in every single hole in case I want to put some of the extra accents like the gargoyles and the lights and the roof tile bits again, or the spire bits. So here's just kind of playing with what I could build. So here is all of the walls from the core set, and I squeezed them together pretty tight. But here's an idea of what you get in the box when you're building something. Now this is without any of those little extra doodads. It gives you an idea. So it's not a massive amount of terrain, but it's pretty good for the price and all that. I've just been thinking about where I'm gonna put magnets. So at first I thought I don't like the look of these really tall buildings in terms of like putting this extra ruined pit on top. So I thought maybe we'll put any magnets on the top because I could put on the right, these little top pieces instead or whatever. But then what I got thinking about, knock stuff over here, is I kind of like this idea of putting some of those extra pillars up top, right? And then I could put, you know, take this little binnacle piece and put up top. So I think I'm gonna put some magnets on the tops of these taller wall pieces. I'm definitely not going to put any on the bottom because I don't need to build it up, right? But I might put a couple on some of them so I can put magnets on the bottom of these pillars. So you can build some pretty cool looking high sections like that. Then on these low those lower one-story walls, I do want to put some magnets on top of some of them so I can put some little bits of debris on like that. So some I'm also going to put some magnets on top, but again, not all of them because I want to be able to put like the gargoyles and other little accents on some. So maybe half and half, but not really. There's only 3 pieces like this. So I'll put magnets on some of them, but not a massive amount. But again, I could also still put pillars on those, but they're not as cool looking. But I'll do some magnets on some of the tops, some on not at all. I'm not going to put any on the bottoms of these, I don't think, because I was thinking, well, actually, then I could build a double high wall like that. So in fact, maybe I will put magnets just on some of them, because having a double high wall might be interesting once in a while. I don't think I do it all the time, but maybe I will put magnets on the bottoms of some of these, but definitely not on any of the 2-story taller ones, right, like these guys. So the next thing to kind of think about is how I'm going to build these to make them modular, but still leave, you know, aside for the gargoyles or the lights. So I was building some of these and thinking, okay, can I put them on, for example, I think I'm going to put them all on all of these edges. So we could build like a long wall of them. Something like this. I could always build something like that. So I think all of them are going to get a magnet here. Then the question is, if I put magnets on all 3 sides, then I can't use those posts for anything else. So none of those platforms can go on, none of the gargoyles, because I'm not going to clip those and put magnets on those. So what I'm thinking about is how to do this so that I have a little bit of freedom. So I'm toying with putting a magnet on all of the ends and then only on one of the 2 sides. So just this side or just this side. And maybe alternating them a little bit, but I'm trying to think, how much flexibility do I have, right? So, for example, here, this guy here, if I put magnets on the backside and here, then that's great. It can be a wall like this, but it can't be, well, actually it's not terrible. It could be a wall like this, but it wouldn't be able to be a wall like this, right? So just making sure I'm alternating them, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So I put 4 on the one side and 4 on the other, and then I kind of have a little bit of flexibility like that. And realistically, if I have the magnet, I can put one of these pin pieces in right here for if I ever did want to, you know, run more pieces that way. So we'll keep the pins handy because I might use them. Oh, but I can't because all these are going to have magnets, I said. Right, because if these ends have magnets, I was thinking putting magnets on every single end like this. And if I do that, I can't use pins. So they would just have to sit there and they wouldn't snap together. But I mean, realistically, these are really sturdy. Like, you know, if I set it there, if we bump it and it falls over, we can put it back up. The rest would all be magnetized. I doubt it would cause chaos in the game, right? So I can just let it sit together because these are all sitting together nicely, and for the most part, they'd all kind of stay where they need to be. Some of the taller ones, you know, they get bumped, they would definitely fall over, especially these tall, thin ones like these. And of course, you know, if I put these little posts up here, they'd have to be magnetized, or else they probably would be falling too. But, so those are my thoughts on magnetizing. So playing with it a little bit and trying to figure out how I'm going to magnetize and what I'm going to magnetize, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'll magnetize the tops and some of these, right? Tops on some of these, and the bottoms on some of these, so I can build that double high wall, if I ever felt like it. But I also want to leave some with the tops open, so that I can put the ones with the pins on top, right? And then these guys here, same thing. I'm definitely going to magnetize all of the bottoms on these, so that I could put them up if I wanted to. And I don't think I'm going to magnetize any of the tops. Ooh, I might magnetize one of them. Right, so I could put something like this, because I only get 3 of these pieces. So I magnetize one of them, so I could do something like this if I wanted to, and the other 2 not magnetized, so that I could go and put a cap or a gargoyle on instead. And then the tall guys, none of the bottoms. Magnetize a couple of the tops, so that we can put our pillars on. And the pillars are going to magnetize all the bottoms, and probably none of the tops, because I doubt I would make a double high. Yeah, no. So the freestanding pillars, like these ones that just are pillars by themselves. Oh, I put this one in backwards, didn't I? Yep. We'll magnetize none of the tops, but all the bottoms. And then it should be a magnet hole, because I kind of put these together the wrong way. You can see that these are running like carts, and these are running pointing like arrows, pointing up, pointing down. So it'll be one magnet hole if I wanted to use it, but I think I'll leave these all empty, because that way I can either attach them with those little archways, or put a gargoyle or a light in this. So these are all going to be empty for sure, no magnets in these. Because I really don't think, for example, all they'd really be good for is this would have the opposite polarity, right? And so it could go on the end of one of these walls, but I don't think that's necessary. So I'm just going to leave all of these pillars by themselves with no magnets. All right, that's our plan of attack for magnets. And so now it's time to start gluing and placing magnets.